Before we get started, I want to say a very fucking special thank you to Sparky Flint, who, well, thank you to everybody that threw out suggestions, but Sparky Flint in particular, because not only did you take the time and spend a lot of time, mind you, to recommend places to go, they were some of the best places that I could imagine. We went to as many as we could, and if it wouldn't have been if not for your guidance, I will say that our trip would not have been as exceptional as it was. It would have been good, but man, with your suggestions, it just made it that much more memorable. So thank you. So let's start the fucking video, boys. What's going on, guys? Welcome fucking back to the show. Today we are gonna go over everything I picked up during my honeymoon. As a lot of you know, I recently got married and I went on quite the honeymoon extravaganza travel situation. We flew into Denver. We drove to Estes Park, where the Stanley Hotel is. The hotel featured or that gave Stephen King the idea for The Shining.
Mom, do you really want to go and live in that hotel for the winter?
Sure I do. It'll be lots of fun.
The only thing that can get a bit trying up here during the winter is the tremendous sense of isolation.
Is there something bad here?
I fear you will have to deal with this matter in the harshest possible way.
I agreed that I killed you with Danny.
You did this to him, didn't you?
I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains. Here's Johnny.
You know, from there we kind of went around that area, had some fun, picked up, some goodies, and then we drove to Roswell. We enjoyed the aliens, had a good time, and then we finished up in Albuquerque. So we kind of went backwards, forwards, and then back again. And we flew out of Albuquerque back to Houston, and now here we are. So let's start with what we got at the Stanley. The Shining is my favorite horror movie of all time. It is one of my favorite movies of all time. But they also filmed Dumb and Dumber there, and which was really cool to kind of relive or re-see some of those moments. So right off the bat, we did get some stuff at the Stanley gift shop. I got this little placard here. It's room 217. That's where Stephen King stayed whenever he got the idea for the book. Also, Jim Carrey did stay there as well, and he actually had to leave the room. I will say that I did go in the ghost tour. Fantastic, 5 out of 5, great time. I've been on other ghost tours before. This blew every other one, out of the water. Fantastic fucking time. Volume 1, Volume 2, Ghost Stories, put out by Celeste Lasky. We did some shopping around the area as well, and this book was also available there. We just happened to be at the hotel, so I picked it up from the hotel. Yeah, man. Oh, and I believe, it's also signed, so that's pretty cool. I don't think if you buy it elsewhere, I'm not sure if it is signed. That's all we got, or that's all I got from the hotel. I will say that a lot of stuff has been pulled from what we did pick up, because a lot of it was gifts, a lot of it was for the wife, a lot of it was for the son. So this is just kind of like the minimum of what is left. So from Estes, we traveled a little bit afar, or a little bit away. Went to this area called Loveland, and it was really cool. Everyone was really nice. Some really neat stores, but one of my favorites was Games Ahoy, and this was recommended to me, the store, and I picked up Thimbleweed Park.
Hello all, thank you for coming to this very important informational meeting. First I have to ask, any feds here?
This is a small town where everybody knows everybody else and their business. When a couple of strangers start snooping around, word travels fast.
So tell me again why you're here. I was assigned to the case by the Home Office in Albuquerque.
There is no Home Office in Albuquerque.
It's neat to know.
Earlier this evening, we found a body down by the bridge.
I don't remember calling the Federinos.
Was the money deposited into my account like we agreed?
I think it's time we came clean and told the truth about why we're in Thimbleweed Park.
You first.
What do you know about the Pillow Factory fire?
Whoa, now! Are the feds looking into this case?
No, he's just curious. He's a Pillow Factory fire buff. He's got a CompuServe chat room and everything.
I better get ready to go on stage and insult the crap out of these thimbleweed idiots. I hope your old diner gets hit by a meteor. You, old lady! You up the... You... Come on.
Uncle Chuck wants me to program his factory computers, but I just want to design games.
You are out of my will. You're giving up over $10 million. That's $20 million in 2017 dollars.
It's me, Dolores. I'm a ghost. I want to give you a hug and say I'm sorry.
I need to stay focused and solve this murder so I can get on with my plan.
I need to get into that factory.
This is my last chance. I'm not gonna blow it.
I owe it to him to find out what happened.
I'll never get to finish that delicious sandwich.
Holy...
I noticed that they had a bunch of limited run games there, and apparently they have like some sort of deal where they carry a lot of the ones that aren't necessarily in stores. But the store itself, fantastic group of people working there. We went to 2 locations, and yeah, man, they delivered above and beyond. You know, obviously I paid a little bit for this because it is kind of a harder to find title. But you know, I mentioned it to the guy, and he was like, "Oh yeah, we have it at the other store. I can hold it for you. Let me know." And but yeah, man, just great experience with those guys. You know, if you're in the area, anywhere in Colorado, Loveland, go to it, man. Games Ahoy, great group of people, super hospitable, and willing to help any way that they could, which I really appreciated. So we also did a little bit of thrifting, you know, on the way back. I saw this and I thought this was really cool. It kind of reminded me of those old like carnival strongmans. And then I did a little bit of research. This is a postcard. This is Earl E. Leiterman. This is the muscle builder from New York City. And he revolutionized bodybuilding, a type of bodybuilding. And oddly enough, these are pretty hard to find, pretty sought after, these little postcards with him on them. And this was one that I believe kind of got left behind, or maybe it fell between the cracks, because I guess weeks previously there was many more and they all got bought up. This was one that was left, and something about it spoke to me, and I had to have it. At the same shop, I found I found Jaws. You know, it's missing the sleeve. Maybe I could find that elsewhere. I'm not entirely sure. You know, I haven't really looked into it, to be honest with you. But this is a first edition Jaws, man, and it was on sale. There was this huge stack of books. I believe they were 30% off. And I saw Jaws and I was like, man, that's pretty cool, you know. And little did I know it was a first edition, so I snagged that bad boy. You know, I will, oddly enough, I will probably read this. I don't know, looks pretty cool, pretty fun. We stopped at a couple other places in that area, but those were the only places that I picked up anything media related. But we also stopped at a thrift store the following day, and I found one good thing there. I'm gonna say that it was Elizabeth Guild, so hopefully it is. Anyway, they had Prom Night on Blu-ray by Synapse Films.
There's a special night in the lives of all of us. A night to be beautiful, to be desirable. A night we can break all the rules and make our own. prom night. Everyone at Hamilton High is getting ready for prom night. It's a day of rehearsals, arrangements, final preparations, and last-minute phone calls.
Nick? Wendy, do you still like to play games?
They're too old for games, but someone still wants to play.
Why? Callie, it's been a long time. Tonight, it's my turn. Everything is on.
Tonight, someone has come to the prom alone. Someone who watches in the silent corridors.
Callie. Help!
Someone who waits until no one can help. Prom night.
I know a lot of people prefer the second one, but I didn't have this, and I needed it. And for $2, why would you pass? It looked brand new, like it had maybe just been opened and then never watched, or maybe watched once. I found a couple cool books there. We got a Power Rangers book too, but you know, little guy already has that in his room, and he doesn't want anyone messing with his collection. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. Happy to you know, pick that up. Also another very hospitable place. Everyone was super friendly there. You know, Texas gets a big pat on the back for being like super friendly, super nice. You know, while that is true, I will say that Colorado and New Mexico, Colorado in particular, they were like super chill. Everyone was like super outgoing and friendly and just willing to help. I don't know if maybe it was because we were tourists, but it just seemed like everyone was willing to assist in any way that they could, maybe so that we buy something, but you know, even when we weren't, it just seemed like people were super friendly, so I really appreciated that. From there, we traveled back through Denver, and we stopped at ARC, which I believe is like I believe it's ARC. Yes. And we traveled, it's ARC's kind of like Goodwill, but you know, Corona, it's no secret, is happening right now, and we probably honestly shouldn't have traveled, but you know, we are safe. It's, you know, time has passed since then. Everything seems to be going well. But ARC, or the ARC, or whatever it's called, this was the one place that I was a little uncomfortable. People didn't really understand space, but this caught my eye while we were there. It's Insane Clown Posse shockumentary. What I thought was really cool was it had someone had wrote in like silver Sharpie, or excuse me, gold Sharpie, shockumentary. While I am not the biggest ICP fan, there was a time in like the 2000s when I did listen to it, probably when they were kind of having their kerfluffle with Eminem. So these are like time capsules, man, honestly. And there was some pretty cool stuff at the Arc. Like we saw some, you know, some garage type of, you know, fixtures, and a Selena guitar clock. There was some neat stuff, but you know, stuff we probably couldn't pack and get back home safely. So ICP was all that came back with me from ARC. Moving on, let's see, I think the next stop was Roswell. And while we did do the alien thing, we also, oddly enough, stopped at a Dollar Tree. And this was one of the ones that kind of eluded me. Balls out. You know, we just did the Dollar Tree DVD and Blu-ray videos. But this one, you know, I saw it on DVD. I passed on it just because I wanted to hold out for the Blu-ray, and I'm glad I did. I found it in Roswell, of all places. So that was cool. You know, it has a interesting cast. Kate McKinnon, and 2014 Tribeca Film Festival. I will assume that it'll be okay for $1. And there was also this really weird I don't even know how to describe it, like a makeshift thrift. That's actually a pretty cool name for a thrift store. And they had some really cool stuff. They had some LGN wrestling figures. Wifey, if you're watching this, Christmas. So those were priced well, but they were not in great condition. Let's maybe look forward to those, in the stocking. Just a heads up. But they had some VHS and they were priced really well, so I went ahead and grabbed them. I think that these were like $1 or excuse me, a quarter or something like that. But we had Learning Curve, horror film. I don't know. It was apparently pretty hard to find. Teen Workout. This kind of goes hand in hand with that one that everyone is kind of after. It's the actress. You guys know. If you collect VHS, this is not for me. And I had a hell of a time explaining to the wife that this isn't for me. But I know that these are sought after. It's creepy. You probably get added to a list if you order this. Just saying. But keeping that in mind, I have it available if anyone needs it. And then, like some of my other videos, you guys know that I'm kind of grabbing these blank VHS tapes. This one had nothing on it, and let's see, this one has Christmas Cats. And Wolves. So quarter. And then let's see, this one I thought was interesting. It says Cat Rescue, do not record. So that'll be fun to check out, I guess. And then this one just is, this might be, this one's blank. So yeah, I really wanted to spend more at that place, but unfortunately their stuff was priced just at what it should be or above. They had a lot of really cool stuff, and it kind of sucked, honestly, because there was a lot that I wanted. If it was local, we would have bought a lot more. Let's just say that the bigger stuff was priced insanely well, and had we had another suitcase, more probably would have came home with us. So we're in Roswell, having a great time, doing the alien thing. I got this government suppression silencing Roswell. It's signed. This was, these were a little bit more than I usually spend. That one, it sounded pretty cool. It's a lecture based on the research of the 1947 UFO crash. And then this one is The Naked Truth Revealed. Also, you'll notice the World Fest Houston. That's a friend of the show. Go to that, or get invited to it at the very least every year. I actually have a colleague that recently won an award there. I bought these just kind of to support the Roswell Museum. We bought a couple other things as well. We got this Holiday Aliens comic. It's also signed from 2014. And let's see, we got these guys here. Got this Roswell incident, Glenn's story, and then also this Witness to Roswell. Almost looks like a textbook there as well. But there's so much more that we got. We got some shirts, some magnets, glasses. Hell, we got a Christmas ornament. Ultimately, we just kind of wanted to support the museum. Super hospitable, like I've been saying. New Mexico as well as Colorado, super legit. And basically we bought all this to support the facility, keep it going, and pay it forward, but at the same time get some cool stuff, in return. We also, on the way out, checked out the Roswell incident, so hopefully you'll either see some footage of that momentarily. We also got all of these Roswell or UFO quarterlies. These are exclusive to Roswell, and I believe these came from the Invasion Station. And we bought some other stuff there, but I thought these were probably the coolest thing to kind of like mention or show you guys. But they are basically like little UFO quarterlies, like little news flashes, I guess you could say, of what's going on in Roswell, New Mexico. But it's no longer in print, and these were 75 cents each. So we bought one of each of what they had left. And from there we went to Albuquerque, and Albuquerque was a blast. But between here and there was a cool thrift shop. I can't remember where the hell it was, but it was weird, man. It was like an old grocery store that had been transferred in, or had been made, I don't know what the hell, made is not a good word, thesaurus.com, transformed, there we go, into a thrift store. So they use like anything and everything to display you know, their merchandise. It was pretty cool. It was like a blast from the past. But you'll notice that driving through the area that a lot of old places are, you know, reimagined spaces. So like old motels are now tanning salons, or grocery stores or thrift stores now. We picked up some other stuff, but I'm going to start with the DVDs. We got Eagle vs. Shark. This is something that's been on my radar forever. I wanted it on Blu-ray, but apparently it's getting hard to kind of find. Frank McCluskey, CI.
Meet Frank McCluskey.
Hey, Mr. Belvedere.
His best friend just got whacked, and the cops are sure they don't care.
You sure?
Pretty sure. Now, this ordinary guy has to solve a murder.
I'm gonna have to go undercover.
Even if it kills him. Dave Sheridan is Frank McCluskey, CI.
This springy thing, you can't be too safe.
This has Dolly Parton, Randy Quaid, and friend of the show, Dave Sheridan. And fantastic guy. This has always been on my radar as well. This has been something that I've wanted to check out, but just never had the opportunity. So it was pretty cool to find it. This is again something that I've always wanted to check out. I just never came across it. Project Greenlight, the season 2, complete 13 addictive episodes. They make a TV show they make a movie on this TV show. I've always been a fan of that. It's always interested me. This is the movie. I'm not sure if it's for that season, but I believe that this is the movie from season 1, Stolen Summer, the movie. And let's see here, Jesse Ventura Story, the movie. I don't know. I've honestly never seen this. And they didn't have service there, oddly enough, because I couldn't look to see if like it was rare or like if it was something that was interesting to me. The cover was cool, so therefore we got it. The Sasquatch Gang, starring Justin Long, Joey Kern, and Jeremy Sumpter. You know, super cheap. I believe, these were really cheap, so it was hard for me to say no. The Bone Snatcher. This cover, I come across this cover all the time, and it's either on VHS or if it's on DVD, it's super scratched. And this was like brand fucking new, so I had to get it. And we're doing Horror 101. The Final Exam is Killer. Yeah, I don't know. It looks like crap, but could be a lot of fun. Dead in the Water. This stars the kid from E.T. And again, you guys know I like my horror movies that kind of take place on a boat or like in one place. And then the Vampire Clan. Anything that was kind of obscure as far as DVDs, I picked up. They had a ton of movies, ton of DVDs. These were just the ones that weren't scratched or actually had their DVDs in the case. Also, again, we got some interesting VHS tapes. These were super cheap. Oddly enough, I probably wouldn't have picked up the other ones if I knew that this place was coming up. The Simpsons, that's all I needed to see. Hopefully it's a TV recording. I'm assuming that it's probably the movie, but you know, hopefully. This one's kind of cool. It says The Gate to Fridays in Balto. So the game, that's such a weird combination of movies. This one is, your guess is as good as mine, but it's a huge reel. Power Rangers. Little one loves Power Rangers. I'm hoping it's a recording from television. Let's see. This one here. Mouse on the Mayflower, Ewoks battle for Endor, and Santa Claus is coming to town. Cool. This one is X-Files Secrets. Then we got Beastmaster 2, Without a Kiss Goodbye, and then Clinton. So some really weird, I don't know, weird stuff there. From there, we finally get to fucking Albuquerque. And Albuquerque, man, so cool. I wish we would have had more time in Albuquerque. We honestly just went there because it was like 20 bucks to fly out of Albuquerque versus flying out of Roswell, which was like 120. So why not just like, you know, make, you know, there's not a lot to do in Roswell, I will say that. So we just were like, fuck it, let's go. And we went to Albuquerque. So I had a bunch of recommendations in to places to go in Albuquerque as far as shopping goes. We went to as many as we could, and I will say that what occupied our time the most was probably doing checking out the Breaking Bad stuff. There was a lot to fucking see. We went to a lot of places, but I will say that I will probably go back to Albuquerque. It's one of those places that I would go back to. It's small and compact enough that you can see a lot, but there's so much scattered throughout that you're gonna miss something. So one of the places that was suggested was to back again, Mercantile, I don't know. Anyway, they had there was a lot to see in this place. Prices were a little bit like up and down, hit or miss, a little bit too much on VHS. Like Power Rangers tapes were like $4 or $5. Okay, that's probably why they're still there. But I found this Buzz Lightyear Star Command DVD. I never see this, and when I do, it's scratched to shit. We have it on VHS, but you know, I wanted to get it on DVD. It's like one of those movies that Disney just pretends doesn't exist. So that was kind of cool. We went to the Breaking Bad store, which I suggest you all go. Photo ops galore. The guys that run the place, cream of the crop, fantastic guys. And not only did they hook it up with, you know, like they gave us some matches from Better Call Saul. They let us check out the whole place. They even stayed open because they were actually going to close. And then we walked in, and just amazing guys. But we bought a bunch of stuff, and then to cap off, you know, like the trip, or to cap off our exchange, they hooked us up with these, and I thought these were super cool. I've seen this guy's artwork before, Tony Paulson, and yeah, man. So since we got back, we've been watching Better Call Saul, and I'm just kind of like fallen in love with that world of Breaking Bad. And those guys gave us those photos, or those the art, just to kind of say thank you for coming in, thank you for spending your honeymoon with us. And yeah, man, it was just a real treat. Those guys were fantastic. And then to kind of, I guess, in the video, ultimately, one of the coolest places we went to was Long Hair Records. And if you weren't told about this place, then you probably wouldn't know that it existed. But I grabbed this set of Midnight Snacks on VHS 1, 2, and 3. Video art by N. Silvestris. I'm not even entirely sure what this is. But I don't know. I read the back a little bit. These are like little mixtapes. And I don't even know, man. I thought it was just really cool. Like that they had the most random shit in the store. The guy that ran it was really cool, and it was like getting late, and I was like, holy hell, this store has the most random shit. And I had to buy something, and then they also have, if you either work at a school or you're a student, they have a discount for you. So you know, on top of just being a cool place that had some really cool stuff, that was also really neat that they had that available as well. That's the end of the honeymoon, ultimately. And I guess to finish the video, I do have a ring here. It's fucking badass. It has turquoise, which New Mexico, and it has raptor, which are the dinosaur's called something else, but what we know as the Velociraptor from Jurassic Park has Velociraptor bone. And I'll put a link to the guy that designed the ring for me. It was kind of like this is the first time he's ever done something like this, and I couldn't have been more appreciative of his understanding and him listening to me. And I wish I knew his name. I wasn't really planning on even talking about this, but I think that'll be the best way to finish the video. Yeah, man. So if you like dinosaurs, man, check out this dude's Etsy shop, and yeah, get married, and you can have a dinosaur on your finger too. All right, that's it. Congratulations to me. I'm married. I never thought I'd say those words. I love you. Bye.